Welcome back to New Rockstars, I'm Erik Voss. In Avengers Endgame's final battle and aftermath had a deeper conspiracy unfolding in the background. Avengers blood being harvested by Nick Fury and his Skrull associates, according to Secret Invasion. This is perhaps the most significant revelation Marvel has made about the events of Endgame in the past 4 years. And when you go back to look at that film, it actually lines up with a number of loose ends I've always been curious about. In particular, one new detail I just discovered that I don't think anyone ever noticed, and I'll get to at the end of this video. Now, I guested on a few episodes of the Break Room this week, and they're really important to me, so please check them out, as well as my analysis of Jaws, my favorite movie to watch with my dad, over on the Deep Dive channel. And quick note, SAG-AFTRA has informed us that entertainment journalism outlets like New Rockstars are allowed to analyze movies and TV shows without violating any strike rules. This is not a paid promotion of anything. We support the actors and writers on strike, and we join their call to the AMPTP to come back to the table and negotiate in good faith. Okay, on Secret Invasion this season, part of the shape-shifting alien Skrulls plot has been to acquire the Harvest, the codename for an operation orchestrated by Nick Fury during the events of Avengers Endgame to gather blood shed by the Avengers during the Battle of Earth using a team of Skrulls led by Gravik.
Nearly every Avenger spilled blood in the Battle of Earth, even Carol Danvers. In the aftermath, some were sent in to collect that DNA, some with the ability to blend in. Nobody knew about them but me and the collectors, led by Gravik.
So this very much recontextualizes how we should look at the events of Avengers Endgame. In the aftermath of that final battle, Nick Fury snuck in a whole team of Skrulls to that battlefield cleanup operation to gather Avenger DNA. As of episode 5 of Secret Invasion, Gravik's Skrull team was unsuccessful at finding any actual Avenger DNA, as Fury moved its location to a secret drop site in Finland, one of his many fake headstones that required his breath to open up, showing some DNA in clear fluid in a vial. Now, as of episode 5, it's not clear if this is multiple Avengers DNA. If so, it was all in one vial, it would surely be cross-contaminated and very difficult to extract, or if really this is just one Avengers DNA, like Carol Danvers. She was the one that Nick Fury singled out, potentially the most valuable Avenger DNA, because cosmic radiation and flight and speed are power sets not currently represented in the 4 enhanced DNA currently in possession by the Skrulls: Groot, Extremis, Cull Obsidian, Frost Giant, and that covers near invulnerability and rapid healing, and limb extension, resistance to heat and pyro manipulation, big boy brute strength, and resistance to extreme cold. But if you go back and look closely at the final half hour of Avengers Endgame, there are just a number of standout moments that now come under a different light. For example, we don't actually see Carol Danvers bleed on screen. As she fights Thanos one-on-one, Thanos headbutts her, but there's no effect, which freaks Thanos out, so he grabs the Power Stone out of the gauntlet, and Carol makes a hilarious "oh shit" face before Thanos super smashes her out of frame. This is really the worst injury Carol suffers in the battle, and it would have been the likeliest moment she actually bled. We don't really see her again until after the battle, but in a deleted scene where all the Avengers take a knee, she does look a little bruised up after that punch. So after Tony Stark dies, some time passes until the day of his funeral, when every key player really in the MCU is in attendance, including Nick Fury, who you'll notice just watches from the front porch of Tony's house. He stands apart from everyone else, watching everyone suspiciously as always, and now I think that just aligns with the fact that Nick Fury, now we learn, was at that moment ordering Skrulls to sift through the rubble to harvest Avenger DNA. In fact, he may have waited until the day of the funeral when he knew that the other Avengers would be distracted, because our man Nick Fury never misses an opportunity. This video is sponsored by Helix Sleep. And yeah, I know it seems like nobody here at New Rockstar sleeps much, but I promise you we do, and thanks to my Helix mattress, I've been getting the best sleep of my life for years now. Helix Sleep Quiz makes it so easy. You just take the quiz, and Helix finds the perfect mattress for you. I wanted a medium firm mattress with lumbar support that sleeps cool, and I got matched with the Dusk Luxe Helix mattress. Other mattress companies use fiberglass in their products. Ooh. Helix doesn't do that. Helix even owns its own 100% fiberglass-free manufacturing facility. I've had my Helix mattress for 2 years now. It still feels brand new. It's the best mattress I've ever owned. Helix delivers your mattress right to your door with free shipping in the US. The mattress comes rolled up in a box and is super easy to set up yourself. Helix has a 100-night sleep trial, so you get more than 3 months to make sure that you love it. Helix mattresses have a 10-year warranty, and they even offer financing options and flexible payment plans, so a great night's sleep is never far away. I love my Helix mattress. I think you would too. So if you're looking for a new bed, check out Helix Sleep. You can click the link below or go to helixsleep.com/newrockstars to get 20% off your Helix mattress plus 2 free pillows. Now, in many videos over the years, I have pointed out a mysterious helicopter in the background of this scene where Hulk, Steve, Sam, and Bucky re-engineer the quantum tunnel platform. A helicopter carries some cargo away from the rubble of the battlefield, and I think think now we can assume that those were the Skrulls of Nick Fury's harvest operation. We also have to remind ourselves of the timeline of Fury's relationship with the Skrulls. In the late 90s, Nick Fury met Gravik when Gravik was a teenager and recruited Gravik to be part of his clandestine network. In episode 3 of Secret Invasion, Talos claimed that all of Fury's espionage career advances over the years, with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Project Pegasus in 2012, his Project Insight plan in Captain America Winter Soldier, even when Nick Fury went rogue and had a loose network known as Fury's Crew around the time of Avengers Age of Ultron and Civil War, Fury's Skrull partners were there the whole time helping him. But then in 2018, during the events of Avengers Infinity War, Fury of course dusted as a result of Thanos' snap, and everyone who dusted returned right before the Battle of Earth, when Bruce Banner snapped the new Stark Infinity Gauntlet. So Fury wouldn't have had that much time to reorient himself in the streets of New York, realize what had been going on upstate with the battle, and then get back in touch with the Skrull network to begin Operation Harvest. That would have been a real quick turnaround in which some of the Skrulls, perhaps Gravik, would have been like, oh, hey Fury, we've been getting by just fine without you over these past 5 years. You want us to do what now? Who are you to boss us around, old man, who's actually 5 years younger than he should be? It just sounds like these post-Endgame weeks were a critical transition period for Fury and the Skrulls, because not only did Operation Harvest take place, Fury shortly after this launched the Saber space station and set up Earth's defenses from orbit with a different group of Skrulls on that space station, and left it to Talos back on Earth to do things like make sure Tony Stark's Edith glasses got handed off to Peter Parker. In fact, Fury's very acquisition of those Edith glasses might have been part of Operation Harvest. Get to all this stuff before the DODC does. And since Happy Hogan swiped some Stark tech too, as we saw in Spider-Man No Way Home, he must have gone through the rubble shortly after Fury and the Skrulls did. So this week after Endgame, really, I think we should call Fury's second big week. And now after episode 5 of Secret Invasion, I think it would be when the Skrulls, without Fury's consent, might have snatched James Rhodes, Rhodey, War Machine, and had Rava, the Skrull, replace him. I've been saying that the Rhodey we saw in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier might have been a Skrull, but now I think Rhodey on the day of Stark's funeral might have been one as well. I think that's why Fury was eyeing that doc so suspiciously. Now before the funeral procession, they played Tony's goodbye message from his helmet in the living room for Pepper, Morgan, Happy Hogan, and there is a moment where Rhodey looks over at the others as if calculating how one should react to this. And then on the dock comes a detail I never noticed before. Pepper lays a wreath on the lake, and then look at Rhodey and Happy. They hug, and holy shit, they totally say something to each other here. I never noticed because all we hear is Alan Silvestri's music. Whatever they said had been muted. But Favreau definitely says something, and Cheadle definitely responds. I'm not the best lip reader, but it looks like Happy says, "Hey man," and then he mumbles something, and then Rhodey responds. It almost looks like the phrase, "We took him home." It's something, but the last word looks like home. Now, I've speculated before that Happy Hogan might also be a possible Skrull candidate, someone who might have been a Skrull for a long time, and if Rhodey had been swapped at this point, that would make two Skrulls talking to each other. And of course, the idea of home in my own skin is an important theme for the nomadic Skrull people. So I want to know what you think about this new interpretation of Avengers Endgame, and are there any other Skrulls hiding in the background that you notice? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to all 3 channels in the new Rockstars network, and thank you for supporting us. I'll see you next time. Bye.